Right, so I'm joined on the phone by Matt Cardle. Hello, Matt.
Hey, buddy, how's it going?
It's going good, thanks, mate. How are you?
Yeah, really, really good, thank you.
Good. Obviously, most people will know you for winning the X Factor. How did appearing on that show change your life?
It was, it was the break I needed, really. I've been kind of a singer-songwriter, a musician all my life, and I needed a break, and I got it on the X Factor.
What was it that got you interested in music?
It was Michael Jackson, originally. You know, I started listening to Michael Jackson when I was very young, and, that got me into it.
At what point in your life did you sit down and think, right, I want to be a singer?
I was about 6.
Do you think that the novelty of shows like the X Factor and The Voice is starting to wear off a little bit now?
I don't know. I've never really followed them personally that closely. But I know, there's a lot of those shows around now, but people are still watching them, so.
Your new single, Hit My Heart, is out at the end of this month on the 31st of March, and you describe it as your big pop moment. And it sounds like you really enjoyed the writing and recording of it. Tell us a little bit about how the song came about.
It came about from listening to Sgt. Pepper's with a friend of mine, Ben Cullum, Jamie Cullum's brother. We do some writing together, and I just wanted to kind of make a song that was reminiscent of that in the way that the chorus kind of just flies out of nowhere. Originally the verse was even more kind of dark and moody as it is at the moment, but we had to kind of tone it down for radio. But like with Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds, you don't quite know where you are with the chorus, with the verse, and then this chorus just kind of leaps out at you. But I think we got the sentiment of that across. So as well as the single, your third album, Porcelain, is out now to buy. What sets this album apart from your previous ones? Well, all my albums are autobiographical, so it's a new sort of segment of my life that's been personally analysed and sort of put down in music form by myself, and just getting to write some different writers and producing it, and just expanding the way I am in the studio and the way I work. You self-produce the album. Is this something that you prefer to do rather than produce it as part of a label? Yeah, absolutely. What is it about producing the album yourself that sets it apart from producing it as part of a label? Well, it just means I get to do it the way I want to. Obviously, you've worked with Mel C on Loving You, but if you could team up with any other artist, who would it be? I'm a huge fan of Hannah from London Grammar. I think she's incredible. That would be one, definitely. And your winner single from the X Factor was your fantastic cover of Biffy Clyro's Many of Horror. If you could release your own cover of any other song from a band or artist, what would it actually be? Maybe Speed of Sound by Coldplay. I think it's an incredible song. What would your ideal gig be if you could choose the venue and the artists you get to play alongside? Well, last time I went out on tour, I was playing Hammersmith Apollo, was one of my favourite shows. So maybe go and do that again. We're playing with London Grammar. I think they're amazing. So when the video for Loving You came out last year, everybody was talking about that kiss with Mel C. But if it wasn't with Mel C, who would you want it to be with? Adriana Lima. Good choice. You're up here in the North East at the beginning of April at the O2 in Newcastle, and you were last here in October. You must love coming up here. I do. I've spent a long time up in those parts, and I love it. The further north you go, the better the crowds get as well. That's a fact. Your appearance in Newcastle is just one of the dates on your 19-date tour. Are you looking forward to playing anywhere in particular in the UK? I'm looking forward to all the dates, I really, really am, and especially looking forward to coming up north. We've got 3 albums to choose from, even though we'll be playing predominantly songs from Porcelain. We've got lots to choose from, but all the tickets are on mattcardlemusic.com. Go and grab one. So what is it that you enjoy most about the process of creating music? There's so much I love about it, I get to express myself, I get to document my life, and have a lot of fun with it, You've had a few Twitter spats with people. How do you react to the criticism that you get? Well, you just ignore it. If you've got something to say it. If you don't, then just kind of leave it. That's my advice. So, what do you prefer? Do you prefer playing, small, intimate gigs, or do you prefer the big, high production value gigs? I like them both, but I like them both for different reasons. Which do you prefer more, though? The big shows where I get to rock out, I prefer those. So how can we find out more information about you? Go to my website, mattcardlemusic.com, my Wikipedia, on my Twitter, at @mattcardle, Matt_Cardle_UK. If you can find heaven, I'll show you how to lose it, how to build a cat. It's Mike
Cardle and Hit My Heart. It's his latest single, due for release at the end of this month on March the 31st.